So thank you all for joining us here for this event and our new journey together as we look to reinvent the legal profession. So welcome, and thanks for making the time this evening. So today I'm going to be announcing a number of things. We have a press embargo that ends tonight, so there'll be lots of new things that you will hear. One of the new things is, first of all, today we announced a new brand for law. So LegalForce is this new brand that we want to create to unite lawyers, unite the public, and create a brand that the world trusts to go to for law, whether it's offline or online. So we've started today not with only here in the United States, but in London. So we've just now today are announcing, if you go to legalforce.co.uk, we've rebranded a quality solicitors law firm, one of the founding firms, the only store in London that's in a shopping mall where you can walk in, which is a bookstore meets law firm, as LegalForce. And so quality solicitors Freeman Harris is now LegalForce Freeman Harris, and is part of the same goal of legal innovation. And our plans are to create a physical store just like this in London, England by the end of this year. So where are we and who are you talking to? Well, I started my law firm on this street as a solo law firm in 2005. And the first person I hired is sitting right there. It's Baba Rana. He graduated from Stanford, and he helped me innovate in different ways. We first created an internet website. I've been an internet entrepreneur and web person my whole life. And so we created a solo firm that's grown, and Dong Xia Lu is the co-founder and founder of LegalForce and Trademarkia. She's was formerly with a company which is now Cafe Press. She was the VP of engineering there. So the way we started is in 2009, we created a website which was called Trademarkia, and this website has become the GoDaddy of trademarks. People search for a name, logo, and slogan, and they apply for trademarks all over the world. And what's happened is, since that 3-year time, we are now the world's largest trademark filing law firm. We filed in last year approximately 11,000 trademarks worldwide. To put that in perspective, in the largest firms in the country filed 2,000 trademarks a year. And as of now, if you look back in the last 3 years, we've protected more American business brands as names, logos, and slogans than any law firm in the history of the United States, the 236-year history of the United States, in just 3 years. And we've done this through this media property website, which is now LegalForce, that attracts today 1.8 million unique visitors every single month. And so the way we've done that is we've basically created something that people search on, they experience law in a new way, and experience the access to law in a new way. And they can incorporate their business, apply for a trademark, file a patent application. So our firm has gone from having 100 clients to having 24,000 clients in a matter of 3 years. And we're adding 500 clients a month. So the goal for this new brand of LegalForce is to share that innovation with lawyers worldwide, to create a brand that they can also grow their practices using the LegalForce brand and the best practices that we've innovated with. So there's 11 different ways that we believe we've innovated through this particular physical space. So we'll go through each one. First innovation is walk-in law. Lawyers are inaccessible. So our main goal is to change how people access law. With this store, people can walk in and see a lawyer on weekends and evenings, 7 p.m. at night on Saturday. You can walk in and see a lawyer. There's no lobby to stop you. There's no phone call to stop you. There's no conference room with a bunch of old scary law books that no one reads to stop you. It's a new way to practice law. Lawyers have practiced law one particular way. We want to innovate because now people can access our law firm and other law firms that are in our network, both online and offline. And with simply walking in, they're able to book time with an attorney face-to-face when they want attorneys, where they need them. This is not only in our physical space here, but online. So one of the things we'll discuss is how this also becomes accessible online. The second innovation is we've brought bookstores back to Main Street. For us to be in this location you're sitting in, we have to sell goods. City governments want retail streets to sell goods. The only problem is These retail stores that sell goods can't survive anymore. Why do they want to sell goods? Because goods bring sales tax revenue to cities. The last thing that the city of Palo Alto or any other city wants is walk by a restaurant, turn around and see a lobby stopping people from entering because it's a law firm. So we've had to create a new way to have the community embrace us, and we've done this through bringing bookstores back. Bookstores are dying all the way across the United States. They're dying because they lack a revenue model. And when they go, people miss them. People miss Borders that's now out of business across the street on this street. So we wanted to bring a bookstore back to the main street for the community. People also miss computer stores. The Best Buys are all dying. So instead, manufacturers are creating stores of their own. So Apple has a store, Microsoft has a store. You go into these stores, and if you go to a Microsoft store and want to see an iPad 4 and see why it's different and play with them, they're not going to show you. So choice is being lost. So even though you can buy the tablet online, being able to physically see tablets side by side is going. So we've brought that back here. In this store, you can see we sell Google tablets, but we also show you Apple tablets, Microsoft, Samsung, Acer. And these are things that people can compare side by side. So we've brought back a bookstore to Main Street where it could not otherwise exist because the economics no longer allow it. People go into bookstores, they buy online. We want the people to still be able to have the sanctuary that bookstores have offered for generations. The third innovation, which is kind of new, we're announcing today, is in addition to creating this bookstore, we're creating a legal publishing company. So part of our new enterprise is we're going to create a new way for self-help legal books to be authored. So right now, legal authors that come up with self-help legal books, they can write a NOLO book, or they can buy, their own brand. But if they write a LegalForce branded book for self-help, this book will be sold on digital format. When people get stuck, when they're reading about how to file a patent application themselves, or what happens when someone dies in your family, they can click one button and the screen will pop up and they can talk with an attorney face-to-face, or they can fill out a workflow and have assistance while they're actually reading the books. So today we announced 5 new books that we're authoring. We've now are working with 5 different authors. Some of them are former NOLO authors that are going to be writing and authoring a new line of books that we're going to be selling through the internet, as well in digitally and in print format. So this is going to allow people a new way to access information in books. Self-help books don't have to be discrete bits of knowledge. They can open up the universe, and those services can be opened up through the web. The other innovation is we've now changed how e-commerce meets a physical store. We are an e-commerce law firm. We've started on the web. We've grown a media property on the web, and that's driven clients to our firm. The criticism of that is that people don't see us face-to-face. Lawyers have traditionally said you can come see us face-to-face. Now with this store, people can come meet us face-to-face. They can meet us face-to-face whether they're here or whether they're in Dubai. They can meet via video chat, which is going to come up on the screen and disappear when they go out, or there will be an instant message which will create on the fly and disappear when they go out. So we've created a physical presence to an e-commerce site, and that is something going the other way. Most bricks and mortar stores are going online. We're taking online and making it offline because ultimately it's about building trust. Law is about building trust. People can build the most trust face-to-face. We've created a physical presence to a e-commerce company. The other thing is we are now going to change how legal services are accessed. Starting right now, you can actually go to LegalForce and buy a book online. You could get a trademark and get a book about what to do with your brand to grow your business. And basically, we're going to create unique bundles between products and services. So these things that people have treated as purely services businesses can be transformed with products. So our e-commerce property is also transforming from something that offers services to offering products. And that's very new in our profession. The next thing is sharing the brand with lawyers. We're taking a page from Quality Solicitors in the UK, which in the last 3 years has built a network of over 400 law firms in the UK. 1 out of every 20 British pounds is spent through a Quality Solicitors law firm in the UK. We are adopting a similar model here, where law firms can adopt a total practice management and create the brand of law and get the benefits of the investments we've paid in world-class architects, world-class designers, world-class branding agencies, some of which are here, that have made this store possible. We've taken all the investment we have, we're going to let other law firms re-leverage for their own practices. The other thing is we are now empowering with education. So I think it's outside the door. This room that you're in is a community room. This is not a room just for law firm seminars. If the dog walkers of Palo Alto want to have a dog park in Palo Alto, they can borrow this room. They can help organize their neighbors and meet in this space for free. They can learn and empower themselves with law. So we are making law accessible to people through a community space. Prime real estate on the main street is very expensive, but we're going to give it away to the community so they can better themselves. And that's not just things that will help people, plus lawyers that may give classes on how to write your own will, how to file your own patent application. A venture capitalist gives a talk on what they're looking to invest in the next 12 months. Entrepreneur gives this talk about what they went through in their fundraising process. So this space is going to be a community space to benefit the community. It'll be for kids. It'll be for seniors. In our first 2 months, we have over 20 classes scheduled now. Some of these classes include things like Pinterest for seniors. Seniors who don't know how to use Pinterest can create and leave their legacy by arranging and curating the things that are in their garage for future generations, and being able to leave annotated content instead of an attic when we all inevitably die, is going to be something new that's brought through the web, and we are going to allow for that education to arise. Programming for kids, we're going to be offering classes on that, and a lot of these classes are going to be free and accessible to the public. The other thing I should note is every class is going to be recorded and put online. We're creating a series online, so our 24,000 network of clients will be able to benefit from our branded experience through education online. So this education is going to be passed not only in the physical store, but as well to the web and through the web. The other innovation we have, number 8, is chat attorneys. Chat attorneys is a concept that we believe in. And our mezzanine level, which hopefully you've seen on the 3rd floor, is basically a room, a private consultation room. It's a comfortable space where people can access law. Lawyers, we believe, should not be scary. They don't need to act scary to get clients. They don't need to have, these advertisements that still persist today. And if you look at these advertisements 100 years ago, they're exactly the same to get clients, especially the small and solo law firms. Lawyers should be accessible, like people who help others, not those who are more like psychiatrists than scary litigators, especially when you're looking to do something that requires a sensitive touch. And so through our Chat Attorneys program, people will be able to book time with an attorney here, but other law firms will as well. So another law firm in private practice will be able to get a widget that we're going to allow them to place on their own website where they can click and book time with that attorney. And so it's going to be an extended type of service where we'll allow a platform product to be shared across many different law firms and be able to create a complete calendaring management system for attorneys. So they'll be able to hire them at their billing rate, be able to give consultations right through the web through our new Chat Attorneys service. So this is a new innovation we have that extends beyond just this particular physical store. The next innovation we have is we bring the world to Main Street. Our store here will allow you to incorporate a business in the United Kingdom, talk to a solicitor in the United Kingdom, file a trademark in China, and we are allowing the world to exist here. If someone in our London store walks in, they'll be able to incorporate in California. And being through the web and accessible attorneys across different shores enables Main Street to have access to the world, access to the best legal systems in the world. And we want to change that to these physical retail spaces. We are in a category of our own. So if you think, what is like this? It's hard to come up with anything because there isn't, as far as we can tell, in the entire Bay Area. At 8 p.m. at night, if you want to walk in and see a lawyer, there's no place to do so. And the truth be told is lawyers are required across the stages of life. And yet, they're the most inaccessible. If you have a medical emergency, you can go see a doctor at an emergency room or an urgent care clinic. If you have a legal emergency or you have trouble in your life, there's nowhere to go until you book that appointment next week on next Tuesday at 4 p.m. And it's a very stressful thing. And people need to be able to go somewhere and have a place where they can trust and be comforted with the law, not scared by it. So that's what we hope to do. Branded total practice management. Some of the reasons why we've been able to afford this space and as a self-funded company is because we started this company 3 years ago with less than $50,000 in funding. And we haven't raised a penny since. And we've grown to basically $15 million in revenue, EBITDA over 20%, and without government fees, over $7 million in revenue last year, growing at 30 to 40% a year, because we have been globally optimized. We're going to open that global optimization to other practicing attorneys. So an attorney gets in a box, a branded front-end offering, a total practice management in the back end. And so by joining the LegalForce network, we are helping law firms enter the 21st century, both online, offline, through physical spaces. And so we offer this total practice management to our network of law firms.